Um, I got upset. I wanted to play the get back, so I cheated with one person. And our marriage, we've been married for 8 years. We've been together for 15, almost 16 years. Um, and our marriage right now is on the rocks. And I'm to the point where I've had enough. I don't want to take no more. I can't take anymore. And I'm ready to leave. But my one time of cheating is keep being thrown in my face. And that's the reason why I'm wanting to leave. I've never went back to him about the situations I caught him in, and I don't keep bringing up the past. I'm trying to move forward from the past, so I don't even address it or talk about it. But he seems to keep going back to my one incident of cheating. And I'm guessing because I cheated with one person, and me and this person still had a very friendly relationship. The guy was a person that, after we had our rendezvous or whatever, he was the type of person that told me, like, you a good girl, you and your husband, y'all should work things out, whatever, whatever. But my husband is always wanting to put me with this man that I'm no longer with. I mean, I talked to him. I haven't talked to him in about a month and a half, but just on occasions, I mean, we do kind of text every now and then, but we don't have anything going on. But I'm still being slapped in the face about me cheating one time with one person, and he had numerous attempts of cheating that has been caught. I never got caught. I told him what I did because I was hurt, and I wanted him to hurt more than what I did. So my question is, how many times is too many times, and then why do I have to be the victim? Why does he have to be the victim when he caused it all?
You know what? It's a lot to unpack there. It's a great question. So listen, we're gonna unpack this a couple of different things. A couple of different things I heard was you said you are still in communication with the man you cheated on your husband with.
I'm sorry. He said again, my phone started ringing.
I said you said you are still in communication with the person you said you cheated on your husband with.
Yes, but it's not sexually. It's none of that. It's just the person that, like, when I have issues with him, I feel that I can talk to this person, and he's not taking sides for either one of us. He just tells me that, like, you need to work things out. You need to work things out, but like I can't because I can't
I,
find it in myself.
you know what I call that? I call that
Still
therapeutic.
cheating.
No, it's therapeutic dick. You know, it's the guy that give you
Okay.
D and give you therapy about your relationship. It's therapeutic
What?
dick. He is giving how he give you D, then now trying to give you relationship advice as to how to fix your marriage. Hey, listen, I know we just had, the hanky panky, but I think you should work it out. Let me tell you, ladies, I done did that before. But no, seriously, check this out. Okay. First thing, we're going to unpack this little by little. First thing is, I think in order to truly heal this relationship, you guys, and I'm going to mute you for 2 seconds, but I'm going to unmute you. So let me
Okay.
make sure. Matter of fact, mute your phone unless you're ready to talk. Can you mute your mic unless you're ready to talk? Cool?
Yes, I can.
Oh, hold on. I don't want to lose. Okay. So cool. I think I can find her. Let me see. Yep. All right. So I'm going to unmute you in a second. But here's the thing. The first thing is this. Whenever there's indiscretion in your relationship, even though that person may be cool, I understand something. I understand when you cheat or when someone cheats, a lot of times it's not just physical. And in this particular situation, it seems to me that you and that person have more than a physical or sexual connection. So let me ask you that. Do you feel like you and that person you cheated on your husband with have more than a physical and sexual connection?
Yes.
And could you understand why a person would feel like that like an emotional connection may be still a form of cheating?
Yes, I do feel that.
Like, for example, you said that when you are having problems with your husband, you go back and tell him and get advice from this man about what you should do in your relationship, correct?
No, I don't ask for advice. I don't really have many people that I can talk to about what I'm dealing with, and I just feel comfortable like talking with him.
Right. Now, my point is because there is an emotional comfortability with that man. There is a connection there. He's easy to talk to. And you may feel like your
Right.
husband is not as easy to talk to about those things, correct?
Correct.
And so, can you understand why a person that's married to you would kind of have a problem with that? Like you go choose to talk to another man about our issues instead of talking to me. So I'm gonna move on from
Yes.
that point. I just want you to understand why that may be a problem.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Now, now, what he could do is improve himself. What he could do is become an active listener. What he could do is actually change who he is so that you don't feel compelled to go to another person in which you've had sex with and cheated on him with and talk about your relationship. But even
Right.
though those are things he can improve, it still doesn't make it right that you do it. So I just wanted to say that first before
Right.
moving on to what you were talking about. Now, check this out. This
Okay.
is a part that I think is important. You mentioned that he's cheated multiple times,
Right.
multiple, and you cheated once, right?
And he always says that it was never nothing sexual, but I mean, if you leave weekends and you go somewhere and then later I found out that you were in the same city with a woman you were conversating with, I'm just gonna automatically assume that what man is gonna drive 5 hours while his wife is in another state? You drive 5 hours to a state with a woman you've been talking to. Why? You had sex. That's just automatic in my mind that you had sex.
Oh, so he's never admitted to actually cheating.
No, and that's the hardest part that I'm dealing with. His whole cheating has never been admitted to. It's always that he could never talk to me, so he would find talk in another woman
But
about our relationship or our marriage.
but ain't that what you doing with the man you with?
Yes, but this happened years before my situation happened. I'm not saying what he did. Well, at the time when he did it, it was wrong. So right now, that's why I say I don't dwell on what he's doing or what he did before because I'm currently doing it or have done it. So it's not that I'm upset. I'm just upset at the
Mm.
fact when he did it because I was a committed wife. He was a truck driver. I invested money into him to better our family. And while he's out on the road, he's meeting women, talking to women, going to different cities to meet women. When I'm maybe on a trip with my girlfriends, he finds solace in going on a trip to meet one of his girlfriends.
So okay, all right, okay, I got it. So here's the thing. It sounds like your relationships, like you said, is on the rocks,
Yes, it is.
and you're finding that it's difficult to forgive someone that won't forgive you back. Like you're like, okay, I've not gotten over what you did, but I'm ready to move forward. But every time I try to move forward, you are throwing in my face this one time I had an indiscretion, and that's making
Right.
me not motivated to give
To
fully
work
to this
on, right.
relationship. Now,
Exactly.
what I will say this is relationship karma. And you're not gonna like to hear this part. This is
Okay.
relationship karma. The
I'm all
point
for it.
is
I want to hear it.
you and that guy that you had an affair with, you are still communicating with that man. So you
Not
haven't
not
put,
in 2 months. Not in 2 months. So I'm making steps to improve our marriage, but he doesn't see that because I'm more distant right now. I'm working 7 days a week. I picked up extra shifts at a second job because I'm more focused on if things doesn't work out, I need to be financially able to get out of the situation. So
so
while I'm putting more time other places, he figured that I'm putting time into this man that I have not spoke to in 2 months.
so how long was the affair, the emotional affair with that man? How long did it last?
About 2 years, 2.5 years.
So in the grand scheme of things, 2 months of not speaking to that man is not long enough to give your partner confidence that that relationship is actually to bed. Would you not agree? Were there
I
times?
agree. I agree, but he's not giving me the benefit of the doubt that I'm working on trying to be there for him and make our marriage better.
Now let me ask you
The
this
more
question.
work I put in to make it better, the more he slaps in my face that I'm still being with a man or I'm still conversating with a man, and I'm not.
So have you ever lied or omitted the depth of the relationship that you had with that man to
No,
your
sir.
husband before?
No,
So
sir.
you've been honest about talking to him whenever you was talking to him. You told your
Yes.
husband, "Hey, I just got off the phone with Jamal. We had a good conversation." This is conversations you and your husband have regularly had, right?
Yes. I've been totally honest with him.
Can you see
You
me?
I see you. I wish you could see me, but I'm driving and I'm in the car.
So, all right. So, all right, let's do this. This is what I feel. I feel like that it's okay for him to not trust, especially, it's been 2 months, it's still fresh. It's okay for him to still kind of have trust issues about your affair and to maybe
Right.
doubt that it's over. I know it would
Hmm.
be nice for us to say, well, I'm done. You should believe me. But the 2 years of having that affair does chip away at trust that that partner may have, just as his alleged affairs may chip away at the trust you had with him. And I'm gonna tell
Yes.
you this. This is why I said it's relationship karma. It's because when you decided to continue that relationship after you had a sexual affair with him, you didn't get closure within your own spirit. And that spirit governs your whole relationship. You two are spiritually connected. And so if your spirit is still going back to a person that honestly you probably should have just cut the relationship off after the indiscretion and you told your husband about it, that now still plagues the relationship. Also with him, listen, I say this all the time. What man do you know can take what they dish out? Not one. Not
No.
not one. Like this is Facebook. Let me tell you something. This is something I've learned about men. We get so weak when you do the things we did to you back to us. Oh, we be we be like shocked. We be like, I know I cheated on you like 5 times. I mean, but that don't mean you gotta get me back like that. Then here's the thing: do he know what the guy looked like?
Yes.
Ooh, how he
Actually
know?
went
You
up to
showed
the
him?
no, he dug in my phone and got the person's name and went up to the guy in the club, shook his hand,
Shook
like
his hand.
who does that?
A person that's hurt, a
That's
hurt person. He wanted to
okay.
size up the competition.
Well,
Yeah.
and just a few days ago, they kind of seen each other at the tie shop. He was changing tires on his truck, and he like, well, this dude looking at me all crazy. I'm like, well, if you felt some type of way, why didn't you just ask him, talk to him? You went talk to him in a club to, you know, introduce yourself. If you had any questions, I mean, you should have addressed them because it seems like what I tell you, you don't believe it.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let me say this. It sounds
Yeah, I
like you
see.
guys. It sounds like you guys can benefit from.
Yeah, I
You know.
see. Most of your listeners are saying that we should book a coaching session. Maybe we should. So,
That's what I was about to say. I
um,
think.
some
Here's
of
the
them are
thing.
saying, "Go ahead."
Here's the thing. I think it's your relationship isn't unsalvageable. Unsalvageable. I'm pronouncing. I think that though you guys are going to have some real open and honest conversations, and both parties are going to have to be willing to make necessary concessions about how they feel. Because here's the thing: you may feel like what you did was excusable because he did something, Then if
No,
I
I
talk to
don't.
him, well, I mean, well, good. But
I
then it's
don't.
like, here's the thing, people heal at different rates. So like, you're like, okay, I forgave your indiscretions. Why don't you forgive mine? And sometimes it's hard for people to snap and just automatically do that. So I feel like no relationship within reason is beyond repair. The question is,
Right.
are you and him both willing to do the work required over an extended period of time in order to have that relationship turn around? And that's the question you have to ask yourself. So this is what I'm gonna leave you with. Are you willing to do the work? And what you have to do is you have to ask yourself, is he worth it? Is he in this relationship worth it? Before this trouble even happened, was I actually happy? Why am I fixing this? Why do I want to fix it? Do I even really want to be with him? And you have to ask yourself that question. And then you have to make sure he asks himself that question as well. Because let me tell you
Mm-hmm.
something, people stick around in relationships and try to fix things simply because it's broken, not
Right.
because they want to fix it. And let me tell you something,
Exactly.
things break that wasn't properly put together in the first place. So sometimes the reason we go through what we're going through in a relationship is maybe, just maybe, we wasn't meant to be with that person. Or
Right.
maybe we was, but we forgot to keep doing the work after we got married. So ask yourself, do you really want to be with him? Do you really want to do the work necessary to fix his relationship? And is he worth it? And if your answers to those three questions is yes, and his answers to those three questions is yes, then I suggest you guys, man, you got to strip naked, like metaphorically, you guys got to rebuild this trust.
Right.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you the hard part about that. It takes two to tango.
Right.
No matter how much you want to fix it, if he ain't willing to do the work, if he don't want to fix it equally, it ain't going to work. And sometimes,
I
let me be
agree.
honest with you, sometimes we stay in relationships not because we want to heal it, but because we want to hurt the other person. We want to keep making
Exactly.
them feel guilty. And maybe that's what he's doing right now. Like he
And that's
wants you to
how I
feel the pain.
feel.
Yeah. But that's what hurt people do. And so
Right.
what we end up doing, because we feel guilty, we'll sit there and take it. Like, you like, man, I made a mistake. I deserve to feel this way. And you don't. So I more power to both of you guys, man. And I hope that you make the best decision for you. And if the best decision for you means continuing this relationship, I'm happy for you. But if that means that maybe you got to go your separate way, there is a reason you confided in another man for 2 years.
Right.
Doesn't make it right.
Right.
Doesn't make it right. Doesn't excuse it. But there's a reason, you know, you probably wasn't happy with this marriage to begin with, you know. Um, and
I
then
actually
it,
was happy with the marriage. I was just hurt. So, like they said, hurt people, and that's what it was.
girl, get you got back at him for with 2 years. Now you like that fella. You like the guy. Be honest. You like the guy.
No,
You didn't.
I mean, I like him. I have feelings for him, but like it was only for about maybe 8 months of the 2 years. After that, we were just like friends. It was done.
You like him enough to confide in him, though, right?
Right, right, yeah.
All right then. How many
So
times did you have sex with the guy? Just once?
5.
Well, hey, hey, listen. When you said you cheated once, or you cheated once, I was thinking that it was like one time. 5 times now.
Once with the same guy.
No, 5 times with the same guy.
Yeah, but I only cheated one time with one person. Cheated 5 times with one person, if that's what you want to say. And he cheated 5 times with 5 people.
So y'all both cheated 5 times.
But the fact is that it's 5 different women. That's what hurts me.
Yeah, that's a little dirty and risque. I will
Yeah,
admit that.
that's okay. Okay. So
I gotta ask everybody that's watching, because I gotta ask everybody that's watching though. Because I gotta be honest with you. This is the topic. What's worse? An emotional affair with sex, or sex with no emotions attached? Because one would reason if he had sex 5 different times, it may just have been a sexual thing there, right? But 5 times with the same person mean, especially somebody who's confiding with, means some emotional connection there. So I won't. Let me. What do you think though? Like, because you know what, it's sticky. It's sticky. Now, 5 different women just sounds dirty. It sounds like he needed to go get his dick checked. Like, go ahead, get the little test, make sure everything is good. But what I don't want you to do though is assume that your perspective is the only correct one. And let me say what I mean by that is you're you're in your right to feel the way you feel about um saying, okay, it was just with one person though. But that doesn't make it any better and or worse, because you still had sex 5 times. So if he had sex 5 times and it was with different women, he in his head may reason that's not worse than what you did. So I mean, I
right.
just feel like there's difference of opinions, because I actually feel like, man, let me be honest with you. If it were me, and I hate doing this, but I mean, we ain't got nothing to do right now. It's Thursday night. Um, I would say for me, the emotional aspect is what would hurt me.
Right.
Um, Cheating is cheating, and cheating is gonna feel bad regardless, though. You know what I'm saying? Anybody clapping cheeks with your girl is gonna hurt. It's gonna sting a little bit. But to now find out that she went back and back and back and back again. Boy, that'll get me. Woo! Because in my head, I'd be like, why the fuck she went back 5 times? Shit must have been good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it fucked me up. So my point is saying that is, I don't want you to minimize how he feels about it. And I'm not saying that how he feels about it is the only correct answer also. It just, there's validity to him feeling like that was on the same level of what he did. And I can't read everybody's comments, but I do think that some people would feel like the emotional part attached to what you did may be worse than what he did. You know what I'm saying? But either way, it doesn't make a difference. Like, we all entitled
Right.
to our opinions, but it's up to both of you guys that's in a relationship together to respect and hear and appreciate each other's opinions, and make him feel comfortable with expressing those to you, and vice versa. So again, let me end it with this, and I know I'm keeping you, but I want to say this. Please, before you even approach him about the next steps, I want you to figure out what you actually want. And you don't have to answer this right now, but do you actually want this marriage? Do you want a marriage like this where
No,
yeah,
I
and
don't.
that's
I don't.
so. With that being
I
said,
just feel as though like it's nothing left to fix or repair. Um,
exactly.
I just wanted opinions. I mean, I've been dealing with this for the past 6 months. Um, a lot of other family problems going on, and I'm just so depressed because I've been dealing with it, and like I've come to terms that like it's not repairable.
Yeah, and that's how it be sometimes. you
Yeah.
know. And I'll tell you this: does he know that yet?
Yes, I told him on Sunday.
Okay, he's doing pretty good about it. All right.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm seeking therapy, Brenda. I'm actually a master level social worker, but I want therapy from someone else, um, just on how to move past it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm proud. Here's the thing. I'm proud when people do what's best for them. And
Right.
and let me end it by saying, in this portion with you by saying this. Doing what's best for you gets a bad rep because people feel as if when I tell people to do what's best for them, that means leaving or another person. I want everybody that's watching right here to hear this next point. Doing what's best for you should be the reason you stay in a relationship. Like, that
Exactly.
person is such an asset to your life that it would be dumb for you to leave them, or it would be not intelligent for you to cheat on them, because they are so good to you, they respect you, they love you. Doing what's best for you include keeping them in your life. But
Right.
sometimes when I tell people to do what's best for them, that means leaving that person because that person is taken away from their happiness, taken
Oh.
away. So I feel like you're on the right track, and just keep your head up and listen. Don't pay attention to the comment section. You know why? Because they asses be going through shit too.
Oh, and it's brutal. I've been looking at it, but
No,
I
no.
mean, I'm open to all of that. I was open. I knew when I would get on here, it was gonna be riffraffs from both sides, and that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Hey, but what I'm saying is, they talking big right now, but they got man problems too. So I don't even want to.
Oh,
Don't let none of these people on here be. You need to, because they the ones sticking potatoes in people's mufflers. So I
oh
don't
God.
don't let don't let them judge you, because they do.
Right,
Everybody got problems, and everybody that's watching, everybody got problems. Yours might be different. It don't make it better or worse. Okay,
right.
period. And the people that got the worst problems are the people that refuse, are too prideful to get advice and counsel. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud you for being brave enough to come on here and ask this question. Thank you so much, and you have a good night. All right.
And I thank you as well, and to all your listeners and followers. Thank you guys.
All right. Peace.
Okay.
Hey, shout out. If you guys are on Zoom, if you want to ask me a question, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put your question in the chat right now. If you're on Facebook and you want to ask me a question, you want to call into my show, text me right now. Text live, LIVE. Text live to 937-314-6974. If you are listening to this on Spotify or Google Podcasts later on, you can still text that number, and I'll put you on the texting list so you guys can get the Zoom invite to be able to ask me these questions. Facebook, do me a favor. I need y'all to share this video. There's people on your timeline that want to be a part of a relationship discussion. I feel like we have to normalize these discussions. I don't want you guys to act like you got to be bad, you bashful, and you shy, and this, that. We got to normalize having healthy conversations, because like-minded people can come together and we can help each other. We can share our wisdom. So I want you guys to not be judgmental, because you be going through the same. Who on this live call ain't never been cheated on? Who ain't? Chelsea, put your hand down. You 20, you 21. You ain't lived long enough. Who ain't never been cheated on? Who ain't never did some cheating? And I know, ladies, y'all be lying when it comes to this. Y'all be acting like, oh, Ace, I ain't never cheated before my whole life. Head ass. Look, come on. You know you done been on some slick, sly stuff here and there. Don't lie to me, man. So what I'm saying is, this is human things. It's not that we excuse them, but we have to address them. We can't be ashamed of failing. We can't be ashamed and overly guilty for making a mistake, because sometimes we will do that. I'll tell you this, even with a person you love with your whole heart, your whole mind, and your whole soul, you can make a mistake, period. And if you think that's impossible, you are likely to be the person that does it. I need you to realize that we have to work on ourselves on a daily basis to stay faithful. Faithful ain't just, you decide to be, in the rest of your life, that means you ain't got to do no work to remain faithful. That's not how it works. Every day you have to make a resolve that I love this person I'm with, and I'm going to make decisions to I'm not going to make decisions that's going to get me closer to jeopardizing that. And that's something conscientiously you got to do. We got to keep remaking our character. We got to keep doing oil changes on our heart to make sure we good. We mentally there. We got to make sure that we ain't feeding ourselves those romance novels y'all be reading. You know, them Zang books. Who got the Zang books? Got the motherfuckers. Y'all, hey, listen, y'all be tripping me out with those books. I be seeing people read them. They be all hot and steamy and sweaty reading those books. Them books be crazy too. It be like, look. And Raul deeply caressed the inner thigh of Rebecca, and a tingle went down her spine, and she saw the bulge erection coming from his pocket. She was like, "Why is it in your pocket?" He said, "Because it's massive and throbbing." I'm like, what the fuck do these women be reading? Let me tell you something. Y'all be judging us because some dudes decide to watch porn, right? And porn is not the healthiest, or it could be depending on your relationship. But those books are just weird to me. But it be ladies, those books be weird for me. At least I just don't see how y'all do that. I don't see how y'all do that. Let me stop. But I'm gonna continue to say this. Those are romance. Nah, I don't see how y'all read those for real. You need to pick up the Bible. Okay, pick up the Bible. She's like, I read the Bible too. But I want to rehone this, and then I'm gonna get the next question. Somebody said porn is emotional cheating in a sense. Wow. I ain't never heard that one. But I understand. I feel like both parties have to be on the same page. I feel like if you're not, I think both parties. That's why in my Tonight Let's Talk card game plug, I asked that question, do you watch porn? Because I feel like that's something that partners should know about each other, because one partner might not be okay with it, another partner might be. So you gotta have that conversation. Before I get to the next question, let me say this. I absolutely feel 100% that you can love someone with everything you have and still cheat. So I do not want everybody on this call to make the assumption that love for your partner is enough, and that's exclusively all you have to do to remain faithful for the rest of your lives. I believe that is an integral part. However, we have to still do the work on ourselves. We still have to be disciplined. We have to watch what we put in our minds. We have to watch what access we give to people of the opposite sex, because it's a seed that's planted. You know, the Bible talks about that thought in your mind, your thinking is like a seed, and those thoughts eventually can grow to sin. It can grow to cheating. It can grow to having an affair. And there are people around the world that never thought that they would be a cheating mate. You never in your head, your mind ever thought that. And it's nothing your partner did that was wrong. It was nothing your partner did that let you down. It just you allowed yourself over time to get too comfortable to think that you would never be that person. And reading y'all comments, it seemed like y'all super confident that you would never be that person. I don't know where this confidence is coming from. You know how many people I've coached that thought that they would never do that, and they did? So I encourage you guys, if you want to remain faithful, you have to actively be doing things to tune yourself up, to make sure you're like those things we just talked about, making sure you're not giving unnecessary access to people, that you're not feeding your brain and your mind those things that inflame your passion. Because guess what? I'm gonna be honest. You be with the same person 3-4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. It'd be the ding-a-ling just be the ding-a-ling. You feel me? And you love them, but it's just like same ding-a-ling I had yesterday. It's Is that, ladies, is that what y'all say? Like, let's say you've been with the same person. It's deep, it's good, but it's like, that's yesterday's ding-a-ling. Like, last year's ding-a-ling, 5 years ago's ding-a-ling. Like, I'm telling you, if you do not temper down that, pride is before a crash. And that's all I'm saying. So I'm just encouraging everybody to never think that you can't be the person that cheat. Because everybody think that before they actually do it. And then on the reverse side of it, that doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. If your partner cheated, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. And that's why I hate when people say that. I hate when people make it seem like it was something you did. Because all they got to say is, man, I made a mistake. But no, what they going to say? Well, you ain't doing the shit you used to do. You used to, because you. No, it's just, you made a mistake, bro. Just say it, man. I made a mistake, man. You ain't do nothing wrong. Just, I let myself down. I thought I can manage a friendship with her, and I couldn't, and I messed up, and I mean, that's it. You know what I mean? But people always want to blame their partner for it. So long story short, I don't want to scare y'all, but people be cheating. People, I wonder anybody know the percentage? What is the percentage? Let me look this up. Percent of married couples that have affairs. American indicates in a survey that 15% of married women and 25% of married men have had an extramarital affair. Incidence is about 20% higher when emotional and sexual relationships without intercourse are included. How the fuck? Hold on. Cheating affairs are most common among the rich and less common in conservative cultures. Estimates today find married men cheating at rates between 25 and 72%. Given that many people are lost about admitting that they cheat, research on cheating may be underestimating its prevalence. But that's my point. I mean, I ain't trying to be that guy, but when somebody on here I ain't trying to be that guy, but jeez. What somebody say on Facebook? Somebody said 15% of women lie, so that's 30% of them. So they said women are cheating. About 30% of women that are married have had an extramarital affair, and about somewhere between 25 and 72 of men have had one, when you include emotional affairs as well. So my point in saying this is, all right, let me put it like this. This is my point I'm saying we have to be realistic about our relationships, realistic about the possibility of the relationship not working, realistic about maybe, just maybe, this ain't the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Hold on. How percent of marriages that end in divorce? 50%. Half. Y'all, listen to me. Half Half of them. 1 and 2. 2 and 4. 5 and 10. Yeah, y'all get the point. 10 and 20. That's the same point. My point in saying this isn't to scare you, is to say that you can choose within your own power, and it takes two to tango. So if they a bad partner, no matter what you do, it ain't, you can choose which half you're gonna be in. Are you gonna be in the half that thought that it could never happen to them? So they didn't do the work, they didn't keep working, they didn't keep on their toes, they got comfortable. The people that think it can't happen to them are the people that refuse to do the work. The men that think, I'll never cheat, so I don't even got to worry about it, are the men that's not doing the work to make sure that they are upkeeping their boundaries when it comes to the opposite sex. The men that are putting themselves in risky situations. I'm just saying, never be so confident that overconfidence is the reason why you fall. That's all I'm saying. And when I was reading y'all comments when Sis was telling her story, it seemed like we got a whole bunch of Samaritans, a whole bunch of perfect people. Because y'all a little over, the way y'all talking, y'all a little overconfident. You talking all them jokes right now. Wait until you've been married for 15 years and see what type of marriage you got. My point is remain humble. Remain humble. Realize that you are human and that those same things that you making jokes in this comment section about could happen to your ass if you keep that haughty ass attitude. And this ain't me coming at nobody. I ain't trying to come at somebody. I'm just giving you the statistics. I'm giving you the statistics. And I'm telling you, if you don't want to be part of those statistics, you better believe it can happen to you. Therefore, you are motivated to continue to work every day of your relationship. This is how you make it to 50 or 60 years, yo. Working every single day in your relationship. Being on guard every single night in your relationship. Never getting comfortable. Always thinking that someone, not in a jealous way, someone, if you ain't complimenting your man's haircut, somebody is. You better not be, hey, listen, you better not be too good to tell your man his haircut look good. When he get, ladies, when he get a fresh cut, tell him, man, that cut. Ooh, look at your cut. You got the lips long. Look at that cut. You better, hey, quit being too good. You know what I'm saying? Quit being too good, yo. Fellas, the same thing. I know it's maybe a guy or two listening. Yo, never get too comfortable to quit telling your lady she look beautiful, man. Buying her flowers, taking her out on dates. Quit getting comfortable, man. I'm telling you, you be thinking. Look, here's the thing. We think that when people say "I do" at the wedding, that mean they never gonna say "I don't" afterwards. You be thinking that, right? And don't that influence our behavior? When we think someone is just gonna be there, we stop earning them every day. And that's my fun. First of all, marriage is beautiful. I want to be married. I suggest people get married. I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful arrangement. But if I would say my biggest problem with marriage is the sense of false finality. There's a false finality to marriage. It just is. You think that you got married, then it's done. It's over. She's mine. I'm hers. I'm hers. It's false. It's false. It is. You think she's just gonna be there the rest of your life? No. If you stop doing what you did to earn her, she gonna leave you. Vice versa, ladies. So it's like it gives this false comfortability. Oh, I don't gotta work hard no more. You gotta work harder. You know what I mean? You gotta work harder, yo. And that's the part people don't understand that. You look, I get it. You've been taught all your life that marriage is the pinnacle. It's not. It's the starting line. That's what it is. It is not the finish line. We celebrate. Oh, we over celebrate that beginning though, right? And I get it. It's significant when somebody says, I want to walk the race of life with you. That's significant. But you ain't accomplished nothing just because you said I do. And brother, you ain't accomplished nothing just because you convinced her to say I do. You ain't getting no cookies for that. Problem is we throwing parades, big ass cake, white dresses, rings, family crying. We doing all this for the starting line. We need to make it more about the finish line. And I said this in my videos before, and I'm going to let y'all go because I know y'all got stuff to do. But I said this in my videos before. It is not about the person that says I do. It's about a person that says I did. I did. Y'all focused on the I do and not the I did. I'm an I did man. At the end of my life, I want to be able to look somebody in their face and say, I did love you with everything I had, like I said I would. At the end of my life, I want to say, I did keep my promises to you. Y'all getting giddy just because somebody made promises. He promised he's going to be like, I get it though. I get it. It's romantic, right? Romantic, bro. Like, you walking down, you got all your friends there. Hey, yo, anybody that's watching, put who gonna be your maid of honor? Tag your maid of honor. Whoever, if you got married today, who would be your maid of honor? Tag her. I want you to tag her. This is a good point. Listen, I get it though. It's romantic, right? You already got your maid of honor picked out. You ain't even met a man. You already know what dress you want to wear. I want Vera Wang. Is that how you pronounce her name? Vera Wang? I want a Vera Wang dress. I want to get married in Cancun on a beach. Well, that's not wrong. Cancun, that's a party place. I don't know. Whatever. Listen, when I get married, I don't really want to have nothing to do with it. I pay for it. I don't care about no colors. I don't care where it's at. I don't care about who's sitting next to who. I do not want to be a part of these conversations. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna be a man, though. I'm be like, oh yeah, what you think? What color you want? Ooh, I like them both. Whatever one you want. Well, we can't sit Uncle Reggie next to Aunt Tamara because since they broke up, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But I ain't gonna be interested. But we put so much emphasis on that no one thinks about what happens next. Like, why can't we shift the ideas from like the wedding day to what happens the next day? Like, nobody thinks about that. Like, you get married and you be like, all right, what now? Yeah, you got the honeymoon and shit, but other than that, like, that's why I said, like, we got to normalize having a plan with marriage. And that's why I think marriage is ending at a rate of 50% because, A, people are getting married young. They're getting married younger. People are not established. Look, y'all gonna hate me when I say this. If you ain't 30, I wouldn't even be thinking about marriage, yo, or having kids. But y'all do y'all, fuck them up, whatever y'all want to do. But like, I really feel like people should wait until their 30s, to be having children, to be getting married and in serious relationships. Because a lot of that 50% of those people that think they was grown at 22. For real, I gotta imagine, like, the people that, you think you grown at 22, like, oh yeah, I get married, have kids, and you wake up at 30 unhappy. Anywho, So I love you guys. I know I didn't take any more questions. I got long-winded today. How long I been on the Zoom call, y'all? Oh no, we've been here 50 minutes. All right, so look. I'll do one more. I don't know. Let me not promise that. Put your questions below right now. If you're on the Zoom call, put your questions below. Put your questions below. If you're on Facebook, hit the share button. If you want to call in live, text live to 937-314-6974. This is your chance to call in live. All right. Here's the thing. I believe that marriage is a beautiful arrangement. It is. It's a wonderful, beautiful arrangement. But I just want you to think about it as a starting point and not an ending point. Anybody can say I do to you. Very few people have what it takes to tell you I did after a lifetime of keeping their promises. Excuse me. Marriage, the vows are just that. They're sacred promises. That's it. That's empty without the actions to follow. So while you crying and sobbing on your wedding day because he promised you something, find a man that has what it takes to keep those promises, and you keep them too. Here's the thing about keeping. Keeping is a active verb. It's a verb. It's a continuous. English people, y'all English majors, y'all know what I'm trying to say. It just means that you have to actively keep doing it. You have to keep your promise, which means you got to keep keeping it. All right. So I love you. I love you guys. Facebook. Hey, first of all, anytime I've been on here 52 minutes and it's still 500 people watching, that means y'all love your boy, man. Because if y'all got 50 minutes to watch on Facebook with all kind of distractions on Facebook, that means y'all got love for your boy. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to people that care about self-growth. Action verb. Shout out to people that do that. On Zoom, man. Everybody that's in my texting community, man. Shout out to y'all. I love you guys. Yeah, I'll talk to everybody later. Zoom, y'all can stay on the call. I'm gonna end the Facebook though. Facebook, love you. Hit the share button on Facebook. This will be on YouTube. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on, Facebook, obviously. So I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.